Okay, this last thing I'm going to tell you about here is the Gibson ES-175 knockoff that I got. Now, this thing is absolutely great. It's even better. I got this one for $489.99. But what I got this for specifically was I'm going to try to do some Travis Atkins type picking on my YouTube site, and that's what I got this for. Now, what can I say about it? I mean, it just, I had an ES-175 years and years and years ago, and this thing is just identical in function to it. It was made in China too. It looks the same, it functions the same, the action is great. I mean, it's just a fantastic guitar, and I don't think, I'm sure you could pay $3,000 or whatever for an arch top, or whatever, something like this, and you would never get anything better than this. So, like I say, if you're looking for something like this, buy this one. It's an Epiphone. You can get these things for under $5. It was made in China. It's just as good as anything made anywhere, and don't overspend, and you'll be real happy with this. So that didn't really take very long at all, because there really wasn't much more to say about this. So with the time I have left here, I'm going to get into some miscellaneous equipment that I have here that you'll need, and then I'll tell you what the websites are that I have. Now, this is probably the first thing you need for all your instruments. Get a gig bag like this. That's what everybody else is using now. They're not using the hard cases. And in fact, I went to my teacher, Ed, this week, and took my Ramirez with the Mark Leaf case, and he picked the thing up to put it in my car after we were done, and he asked me if I could bench press 500 pounds, and I says, no, why? And he says, I can't believe how heavy this case is. He says, you should get something like this. So unless you're traveling on the airlines a lot, get one of these gig bags to travel around town with. That's the only way to go. Now, if you ever become a rock star and you do have to travel on the airlines, then by all means get the hard shell coffin type case. It's made out of steel and fiberglass and weighs 300 pounds and costs a couple of $1,000s to protect your instrument, because the airlines are notorious for beating stuff up. I know, I worked for them for 40 years. Other miscellaneous equipment here you'll need. You'll need an electronic tuner like this. This is a Seiko, costs about 20 bucks. Don't even bother trying to learn to tune by ear. This is much easier. They work real good. It's the only way to go. Metronomes. Okay. You should use a metronome probably for practicing scales and stuff like that, because that's the way you develop a sense of time. Metronomes are real good for that. This is a high-dollar metronome. I got it because, it's my concession to luxury. I like it, and I like the looks of it. I had one years ago. It got lost somewhere. I don't know whatever happened to it. This is a high-dollar metronome. It's 135 bucks or whatever. You don't need anything that expensive. You need something like this. This is a Seiko. It's a little battery-operated metronome. It's identical in function. It makes clicks when you turn it on. Let me see. Yeah, see, it makes clicks just like anything else. You can hear that, and that's just fine. I think these are about 20 bucks or whatever they are too, so that's a lot cheaper. Okay, the last accessory I have here. Now, you don't need real big, powerful killer amps, when you're just starting out. You just want something to practice with at home. In fact, if you're a teenager, you don't want to drive your parents nuts, and get them to throw you out of the house or anything. So get something like this. It's about 15 watts output. It's all you'll ever need for, playing around the house and for practicing and stuff like that. In fact, if you ever became a high-dollar guitar player and you got a gig at the Forum, you could probably, I would go so far as to say, you could probably mic this into their PA system, and it would probably do just fine, so you'd probably be okay. But anyway, this was $125, and I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. It's portable. It's battery operated, 6 AA batteries, or you can plug it into and save your batteries when you're at home. You can take this to the beach with you here at Venice where I live, and set up on the beach and set your tin cup out and just play all day and see if you can make a few bucks. Yeah, if you're down and out, you can do that. But anyway, that's about that, and that's about all the accessories I can think of, about all I've got off right here. So I'm about 5.5 minutes into this, so I'm going to close this by giving you the websites that I have over here on the board. Okay, this first one is DouglasNeat.com. He's that heavyweight guitar player in Kansas City that I was telling you about. Let me hold this up here so you can see it. I think you can see it like that. DouglasNeat.com. He's a heavyweight guitar player in Kansas City. If you ever go to Kansas City, Missouri on vacation or something, check out his website. Try to schedule a couple of lessons. He only charges like $50 an hour, and that's like nothing for somebody of his caliber. And it'd be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to study with absolutely one of the best. This other website here, this is, oh, by the way, Doug's website here with all the good information on it and all the lessons and articles and stuff is free, far as I've been able to tell. This one is Mangor.com. Now this guy is down in Uruguay in Montevideo. He has a website down there that he operates. Now he's like Douglas Neat in the sense that he's in a low-cost area. So he doesn't need as much money to survive as, say, I do here in Los Angeles, where it's a high-dollar area. This guy has a website down there. He teaches classical guitar on his website. He has a ton of music. He goes through all of the music he teaches measure by measure and shows you exactly how to play it. So his website is $260 a year, but it's well worth it. Absolutely fantastic website. And what he teaches you about playing and not wrecking your back and stuff is worth the price alone. This is UltimateGuitar.com. It's a free website. They've got a ton of information on there. They've got all your heavy metal stuff, all your power chords, this, that, and the other. If you're a budding metal star or whatever, check this out. Jamplay.com. They teach all sorts of different stuff. They're about $139 a year. They're well worth it too. They teach anything and absolutely everything. So I just checked on this website recently, signed up. It's well worth it. Anything if you want to sign up for this. This is TrueToneMusic.com. This is where I bought my instrument set. They're right here in Santa Monica, California, local. They've got a big store there. It's just absolutely jammed with stuff. You can just barely walk through the aisles. It's so jammed with stuff. Anything and everything you could imagine. They do mail order too. They do an absolute ton of mail order. So check out their website, and take a look at them. And if you want to order stuff from them, they're a good place to order stuff from. This last guy here is Edward LaGrossa. This is just an information web page that he has up about his contact information. He's a local guitar teacher here in Venice, California. Now, if you're local here, or if you can get to Venice without too much trouble, if you want to learn all the power chords, all the metal stuff, this, that, and the other, if you want to learn the stuff you need to know to give you a shot at the big money and being a metal star or a rock star, this is a guy that can teach it to you. He was heavy into Jimi Hendrix. He's a real big Hendrix fan and knows all the riffs that he did. Well, I'm almost 10 minutes into this, so I'm pretty much out of time here. So that's going to do it for these three, and I hope they turn out and hope you learned something.